We call ourselves the People's Institute for Survival and Beyond, and we've been together for at least 28 years. I was a person that wanted to do community work or social work. I didn't have the degree, but I still was doing community work, social work, and I wanted to make a difference. So I went and spent a year working with a man named Saul Alinsky. Now, Saul Alinsky is like the grandfather of training and organizing groups like ACON and Midwest Academy and Jeremiah and Nehemiah and PICU and Industrial Area Foundation. Comes out the Alinsky model. So I learned a lot about his approach. It was very helpful. And so I went back to apply these skills with the residents. And after several months, what I realized that I was working with predominantly white training models, and the predominantly white training models was talking about skills and tools, was not talking about racism. But later on in years, I realized that, why would they give me so much skills? Because you give somebody some skills and you haven't dealt with their racism, they can become a skillful racist. We had human service agencies, because at one time, you had no black equity, no black executive directors, and all that. You had white folks in charge running these programs. Everybody's clear about that. Even in New York, you're clear about that. But white people pretty much ran all programs. Is that correct? I came in there 30, 40 years. They ran it, and they were giving out. They was helping the community, giving, I guess, their best experience. But I didn't know why they didn't want to talk about racism. And what I realized later, if you talk about racism, they got to talk about their mamas and their daddies and their children, and their Uncle Bubba and all these other kind of people. And they ain't ready to really deal with that at this point. So they was giving us skills. So that's what prompted me and a brother named Dr. Jim Dunn, who comes from Columbia, got his PhD in social work, and we met in New York, and we started talking and realized that let's start our own institute. So we put our heads together, and we spent a year in Brooklyn. When the church would bring us over to do their work, we would spend a few more days and go get a house in Brooklyn. We'd put this agenda together for the first year or two. And that's how we got started, and we said that this training has to be skills and tools, but it must understand several principles. It must understand racism, culture, history, leadership development, networking, and accountability. You need some principles to guide your work besides just skills and tools. And I'm giving you this long background because I just want to stress this is not a diversity training. We respect diversity, we respect cultural competences, that's the right word. We are a multiracial group and we are anti-racist. Multiracial don't mean you deal with racism. Multiracial means you're very colorful, you're very boyish, you got a black, an Asian, a white, a native, and you look right, but when you deal go down, you know who's in charge. Is that correct? Even professionals understand that, right? And people of color understand. So we say you have to be anti-racist. We also say we have a vision. We think if something was done, it can be undone. We really believe that.